Hey guys, welcome back. Ricky here. Alright, today we are sharpening on the Trocero 400. We are continuing our series on this stone. And today I've got a Zwilling Santoku. Okay, so this Santoku is actually very interestingly shaped. Most Santokus have a very straight edge and a slightly, curved belly, but this one here is curved all the way through from tip to tip. Okay, so the sharpening is going to be a little different instead of my normal push and pull method. Although I think it is straight enough to do the push and pull, but I think that because it's got such a nice curved cutting edge, I'm going to go with the rounded sharpening technique today. Okay, so this knife here is heat treated to a 55 on the Rockwell scale. Overall, very nice. Cuts really well on the cutting board, and it just has a really nice shape. So again, it's just very different than most Santokus I've ever used. Overall, though, I really enjoy this knife on the cutting board. It performs really well. And it just it's also a very pretty, good looking knife. It's got a nice hefty handle, and it's got a nice, so this is a partial, what they call a partial bolster. Okay, so you still have the kind of a thickness right underneath the choil here to kind of grab onto, but you don't have that massive guard that will make sharpening kind of difficult, at least for hand sharpening. But anyway, this is not a knife review. The stone is fairly clean. It all is still flat from the previous sharpening, so I'm not going to worry about cleaning the stone. It's perfectly good here. And so we're just going to hop right into it. I'm going to do my, instead of doing my push and pull, okay, we're going to go full strokes, but I want to also keep the knife on the cutting edge, or actually on the stone, going back up too. Okay, so the sharpening will be a little faster that way, and I find that the edge actually is more consistent than doing it this way, because you're not lifting the knife off of the stone and you're just keeping it there. I find the angles are a little easier to keep. Alright, so we're just gonna hop right into it, and we'll go, we'll go 10-20 strokes on each side. We'll flip it around 2 to 3 times, and then we'll do stropping at the end. Then we'll have a quick cut and see a cut test and see how the edge feels. All right. Okay, I believe that was 20, or around 20. Okay, we'll go back and forth a few times. Now, I'm actually hearing this kind of like scratching on the black board a little bit, and that's just because this steel is fairly soft. Typically, you'll find knives with softer steels on coarse whetstones tend to make that noise. Okay, so I don't think it's damaging anything. It just kind of sounds funny sometimes. Alright, now we'll do another 20 strokes. Okay, so now we'll just do about 10 strokes really lightly, and then we'll go to the stropping. again, just a few strokes. Okay, so now I can hardly feel the burr. Okay, so now I'm going to do some stropping. We're going to go, let's just do single stroke stropping on the stone, maybe 10 times total. Well, 10 times on each side. Okay. Okay. I think the edge feels pretty good. We'll go with just a couple more strokes on each side. Okay. All right, let's draw the knife off and take a look. Okay. Ooh. Hands are a little damp. Okay. So it's a little bit rougher than I would like, honestly. It's still, it'll cut. But I just think that the edge is probably just a little bit rougher than optimal. Yeah. I mean, it'll still cut, but you see there's just the cuts are just a little bit rougher. And also I heard that magazine paper is actually a little bit more difficult to cut. That could be a reason. I'm gonna try stropping on this newspaper here. Let's see. Oh, not this magazine paper. So let's dry the stone off. Okay. Alright, I've never done this before, but I'm just going to try it and see what kind of result I get here. Alright, that's a little bit of water there. Okay, so I'm going to strop backwards this time because you don't want to cut into the paper. Okay, so I'm going to go from top tip to bottom tip, or you can go this way as well. That works just as well. Okay, so I'm going to go this way though. I find it a little easier. The water's starting to seep through because this stone did absorb some water. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, it's a little bit cleaner. Okay, this is probably not the best. This is not good paper to strop on. Okay, so magazine paper, it's a little bit more difficult to cut. And also because they hold ink, and unlike newspaper where it's very porous, it kind of collects and holds onto that to the metal shavings from the knife. This magazine paper, it's already full. The pores are all filled in, so they actually don't absorb a whole lot. But overall, I mean, you still have a very usable edge. It's not as fine as I would like it to be. Okay. So it'll still cut fairly well. Just not in my book. This is probably a 7. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably, I would say, a 6 or a 7 at this point. So it could be the stone, it could be the knife. Maybe this stone doesn't really quite sharpen knives on the lower, heat treatment all that great. Okay, so we'll see when we go up to the higher hardness knives and see how the stone reacts. Okay guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up, and thank you for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.